What's going on, party people? It's me, Kyle. I am gonna be this solar oven I got. Um, it's a nice sunny day. I've got a couple of bratwurst. I already cooked those, and obviously just a tinfoil pan. We're gonna get some temperature measurements. We're gonna set this thing up and put it here on the concrete, and we'll see if the sun cooks these things. All right, first things first, let's get some ambient temperatures. Well, there's no way that's 100 degrees. Come on now. This thing might be broken. This, maybe. Let's see what the sausages are at. I just pulled them out of the fridge. So, yeah, I guess they've warmed up 10 degrees. Not 6, there's no way. Anyways, maybe we'll get the food thermometer out and actually check, proper. Because I find it hard to believe. I guess this could be about... It's a hot day, and the sun is shining. So, I guess we'll see. Obviously, I've never taken this out of the pack. And I know there are people going to come in the comments, because that's what they do. And they say, you don't know what you're reviewing! At least that's what one guy said. And it's like, well, yeah, I've never used this before. I don't know how this works. We're experiencing this together. Maybe I will make more videos if this turns out really well, or if it doesn't work at all. We'll see. And down the road, if I have more experience with it, you can watch those videos, or you can buy one, learn how to use it, make your own video, and then life will be good. So here's what we got. These are like the support rods. I guess they'll go in the corners or something. Hopefully it'll make sense. So these two stick things come together like this, but it's not immediately apparent yet what they're for. I mean, I know they're a support, but there's not like on a tent where there's like little legs, or there's no little hooks or anything for them to go in. So I'm not 100% sure how. Okay, they're wider than that. Okay, they're about, yeah, maybe, we'll see. We shall see. Alright, so it looks like they go in the corners, but in my attempt, I don't know if you can hear me, in my attempt, I poked a hole right through this. So I would say so far we're on the struggle bus. Alright, so there it is, more or less. The zipper did not line up quite right. Like, you have to undo this Velcro, and then it still didn't line up right. There's only a single zipper. It's not a dual zipper situation, and the zipper is not high quality. I would not describe that as quality. So let's point this at the sun. So they claim that'll get up to 210 degrees in there, which should be more than sufficient, I would think, for heating a couple sausages. That being said, it does act more as a slow cooker than a oven. Alright, full disclosure, it is a partly cloudy day, so the sun currently is behind a cloud. So you can't control the weather, and so that, is a factor for this thing. What I've decided I'm also going to do, I've got this old oven thermometer. I have no idea if it works or if it's accurate, but we're going to throw it in here. But I also have my, meat thermometer, where we'll just stick into one of these and see if it ever gets up to internal temperature. It's been about half an hour. I checked the weather when I started. I started around 11. And it says that it's about 88 degrees right now. Oh no. We're in the shade. I'm glad I came to check this. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's gone up a little. Well, darn. It's just over 80. There, just over 80 degrees. Man, that sun is coming down right now. So, set it up in the grill. It did come with paperwork, so preheat. Definitely didn't do that. And then focus it. I don't know about all that. Thermometers, yada yada yada. Cooking time, so what to cook. So it did come with some paperwork and then this little bag as well. So we'll keep letting it do its thing, and we'll check on it here. It's been half an hour and it's gone up a few 10 degrees or whatever. All right, it's 11:58, so we're right at 1 hour. Looks like we are just under 110. So we're getting there. You know, we're not quite at 165. Unfortunately, when I moved this whole thing, the oven thing fell over, so I can't tell you how hot it is in there. All right, we're coming up on 2 hours. We'll see how this goes. You guys know I did like a Boston shoulder pork roast in the rock pot, and we'll see, maybe beans or something that we'll see. Oh, neighbor's dogs are out. Oh, look at that. We're up to almost to 160 on the internal temperature, so we're definitely getting there. We'll give it a little longer. That inspires a lot of confidence. That being said, it's like 90 degrees out here and it's a fairly sunny day. As I was saying, I'll probably try some, like a pot of beans, like a can of beans or something. Maybe something like that would be a good little test. But I was on the fence about it because it tore immediately when I put that little steak in there. But it seems to be working effectively when it's 90 degrees outside and you've got 3 hours to kill. Let's give it another half hour and see what that does. All right, we got another half hour in, and this hasn't really moved from 160. So I'm gonna open this, and that's probably gonna slow down progress. But then I'm gonna throw the beans in there, and we'll see. All right, the beans are in. So there's that little thermometer. It says it's maybe not quite 175 in there. I pushed those back a little bit, and so yeah, I don't have a thermometer for the beans, but they were room temperature. I just opened the can. Well, maybe give it I don't know, an hour, whatever. Yeah, if the sausages aren't 165 in an hour, then I don't think they're gonna hit 165. But that'll also, because I did not preheat it, that may not be a fair evaluation. Might have to do it again. But we'll see what the beans do now that it is preheated. We'll see how hot they get in an hour. All right, unfortunate turn of events. This has actually cooled down a lot. But the sun was over there, but now it's way up there because it's like 2:30. So, and clearly you can see this wasn't angled correctly. So, you know, it's cooled down a bit. No big deal. I will check the beans. We'll see how hot they are. All right, I turned it around. I used a stick over there to kind of hold it up a little bit better. I didn't even check the temperature. Looks like the beans are, yeah, not even 100 degrees. So that was on me. My bad. But it does highlight that you can't just set it and forget it. You gotta check it and turn it, move it. So now that that's turned, let's give it an hour. All right. Ooh. It's getting toasty in there. I can't see. What's it, like 130? Well, let's give it a stir. I know that means I gotta open this, and that's less than ideal. Oh yeah, that's hot. Let's give it a little stirry stir. Where are we at? 120. Last time I was out here, my neighbor came by. Hey, Charlie Brown. If he's watching this video. Anyways, we got to talking, so I got distracted. But here we are, maybe approximately an hour later. Oh, the sun it's dipping behind some trees. So yeah, this is nice and steamy. Let's unzip this and see. Let's take a look. Oh man, they're about to spill. That being said, they're, 132 degrees, even with some partial shade. So certainly hot enough to eat. All right. So, yeah, definitely got those beans hot enough. Sufficient for me, anyways. 130 degrees, it's good enough. I don't recall what I paid for that solar slow cooker oven thing, but they're currently going in 2025. They're going for about $50, which I have a hard time believing I paid $50 for it, but maybe I did. And so that's kind of the question: is it worth $50? I don't know. Like I said, I punctured it immediately, like within the first 10 seconds. And so, and then the zipper it's not quality, right? That's safe to say. It's not quality. But when you shop some of the alternatives, some of those solar ovens are like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And it's like, it's kind of a catch-22, really. Say you're in a situation where you are, in some kind of emergency, you want to have something quality that you can count on to work. And so you want a certain level of quality when you're buying something. But at the same time, if it's only something you're going to use in a very obscure, random off chance that there's some natural disaster where you don't have access to electricity or gas or whatever, like region wide, like you can't just go to a family member's house, or you can't just, go to a restaurant or something like that. Like, how much do you spend on something that has such a limited scope of use, but at the same time being as enough quality that it's going to work when you need it? And so probably, like, I've concluded that it works sufficiently enough for anything not meat, for sure, like beans or anything like that. I'd like to do some more testing with it in using some of those like prepackaged survival foods where you just add water. I don't think it will ever boil water, but maybe it'll get some of that freeze-dried food hot enough that it will actually kind of, make it palatable. But also, it's a nice sunny day, and like I said, it was like 90 degrees, and so who knows how it'll perform if it's only 70 degrees or 60 degrees or 50 degrees or 30 degrees, you know what I mean? So we'll have to do some more testing to really determine. But as of right now, I'd say it's probably worth it if you're not going to use it for, if you say you go camping a lot or you're at the beach or whatever, and you're going to use a solar cooker more often than in strictly emergencies, you'd probably want to go with something that's going to have a better rugged use shell or something. Not, this wouldn't last. I wouldn't call it disposable, but at the same time I wouldn't count on it with regular use.